Hello friends, today we are going to see last theory of the chapter, which is here you have to find out electric field due to uniformly charged thin spherical shell. Means this is also two-dimensional theory, remember. So over here let us see, it's a thin spherical shell. See, it's a thin spherical shell. Over the shell, positive charges I already distributed continuously. Due to positive charges, remember over here electric field produced towards this direction, both direction. Okay, electric field. So over here we have to find out electric field inside also and outside also as per previous theory. So let us see over here, since it is a thin spherical shell, so it means what? It is two-dimensional object, means it has a surface charge density. Okay, so let sigma be the uniform surface charge density of a thin spherical shell of radius capital R. Means radius of this thin spherical shell that we are going to consider as a R. And as we know that sigma will be uniform surface charge density, means its equation is charge per unit area, means total charge distributed over the shell, that will be Q into A. Okay, give equation number 1 for this. Now since it is a symmetrical sphere, so here we have to find out electric field inside and outside also. So for first case, we are going for first case, electric field inside this thin spherical shell. For that, let us consider a point P like object over here, means it is inside this thin spherical shell. So over here, since it is a thin spherical shell, so let us prepare one Gaussian surface like this. Okay, because while since you are going to apply here Gauss's law, so we must have to apply Gaussian surface, and such charges which is available into the Gaussian surface, that will be count, otherwise those who are outside the surface, that will not take in a account. So no charges present in Gaussian surface, means electric field inside the Gaussian surface will be 0. Okay, so no net electric field produced inside the thin spherical shell, means inside the thin spherical shell total resultant electric field, net electric field or whatever is at all point will be 0. Okay, so that you have to write like this: field inside the cell, this theory you have to write, and net electric field inside the surface will be 0. So this is your first answer. Okay, for field inside the cell. Now we are going towards outside the cell. So for that, another diagram I have prepared over here. This is thin spherical shell. Here also I continuously distributed positive number of charges, and since positive number of charges are distributed, electric field produced inside and outside. Inside we already found. Now we are turning towards outside electric field. So at point P, again we are going to find electric field. So let us consider electric field, let us consider point P at outside the electric field at a distance r from the center of the cell. Okay, so first try to understand this theory. Since it is a radial, electric field is radially outside direction, so at this distance wherever we would like to find electric field, over there intensity will be equal, remember. So this type of Gaussian surface we can prepare. Okay, this is Gaussian surface. It's a shell, so surface charge density we are taking in terms of sigma, that already we show over here in the beginning of the theory. Okay, now here we are going to find electric field intensity, right? R already you know, it is a radius of the shell. Okay, so directly let us apply Gauss's law over here. So Gauss's law said E dot delta S equal to summation of Q upon epsilon naught. Over here delta S stands for surface area for Gaussian loop. Okay, surface area for Gaussian loop. So this is the surface area of Gaussian loop that we have to consider. For shell it is 4 pi r square. Here see, we are considering small r square as small r will be the radius of the Gaussian surface, and summation of q equal to, we are considering sigma I from equation number 1. So put these values over here. Okay, so E into 4 pi r square equal to summation of q equal to, we have sigma into A upon epsilon naught. Now again we are getting A over here. A means what? Whatever number of charges deposited over the surface area, and here we have a capital R, means area of the shell, that we have to consider as a 4 pi r square. So that we are replacing value over here. So sigma into 4 pi capital R square upon epsilon naught equal to E into 4 pi small r square. Here you can see 4 pi and 4 pi will be common value, so we can cancel out these values. So final equation we are getting over here for electric field equal to sigma upon epsilon naught into capital R square upon small r square. Okay, but here you can also replace the value of sigma, which is q by A, equal to q upon 4 pi capital R square. So final answer we are getting over here from equation number 2 is q upon 4 pi r square into epsilon naught into r square capital R square upon small r square. So equal to net electric field produced at point P outside the electric field will be q upon 4 pi epsilon naught into r square into r cap, where r cap stands for unit vector. Now see, this is constant. So over here we can go for one more point, which is we have E is inversely proportional to square of the distance between them. You can see it. Okay, that's all for today. This is net electric field and the last theory of this chapter. So hope you understand this theory properly, and write down, and as soon as possible answer me this theory. Now let's take a recap how to write this theory of this shell. So field, electric field due to uniformly charged thin spherical shell. Then draw the diagram for inside. Remember, thin spherical shell inside the point. Then go for this. Then narration, field inside the shell this way. Then go for another point, field outside the shell in second topic. Then draw this theory, draw this diagram and simply narrate the diagram in short and write theory like this. And this is our final answer. That's all. Hope you understand this theory. That's all. Bye bye.